Alright class, how are we doing today? Everybody alright?
Yeah.
Alright, so today we're going to talk about magic squares. As you can see, it's on the board. We're going to talk about how to complete them, and specifically today we're going to talk about magic squares with an odd number of squares on the sides. So with 3, 5, 7, we're going to go over those. We're going to leave the even ones alone. There's a procedure for that too, but we're not going to get into that today. So a little background, magic squares have been around for a really, really long time. What they are is every row and column and diagonal in the square, the numbers in the littler squares in the middle, in the actual big square, add up to the same number. So it would all add up to like 15. So this horizontal would be 15, 15, 15. All of them would be 15. So what we're going to do today is we're going to construct some magic squares. I'm going to show you all how to do it. I'm going to go over the steps needed to do it. We'll do one together, and then I'll give you a bigger one to do on your own and come around and check and see how you do it. Okay. So, some steps or rules to constructing an odd-sided magic square. First step is that you're going to place the first numeral 1 in the middle box at the top row. Okay? That's your first step. Second step is that you're always going to proceed to the next number. So you're going to start with 1, then go 2, 3, 4 as you move on throughout the squares. Third step, you're going to always go up 1 square and then over to the right 1 square as you proceed to the next squares. And then fourth, if the most recently filled square was on the top row, you go to the bottom row. So you obviously can't go up 1. So you go down to the bottom and start over. If you're all the way on the right, you obviously can't go to the right, so you just go all the way to the left. So you stay in the same row you're on, you just go to the left column. Okay? You'll see it'll make sense when we get into the square. If you go to your next square that you're supposed to go to, and there's already a number in it, you can't put another number in it. So you go back to the last one you filled, and go down 1 and put it in the square underneath of it. Finally, follow all the rules in the order that they're given. They supersede each other, so 2 always takes place over 3, 3 over 4, 4 over 5. Alright, so right now we got a square that's 3 by 3. So you got 3 horizontal squares, or 3 columns by 3 rows for a total of 9 squares. As you can see, I've already done the first step for you. We got a 1 in the top middle column. The middle column and the top row. That's where we have to start. Our 1's in the middle of the top row. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go up 1. And if you remember, if you can't go up 1, you're on the top row, you always go down to the bottom square. So now you're on the bottom row, you got to go over to the right 1, get to that square, that's where you place your number. So we've got the number 2 there. Next number in the sequence. So from here, you're going up 1, going to the right. You can't go to the right. So you got to go all the way to the left. That's where you're going to place your next number. There's your 3. Follow the same process. You're going up 1, going to the right 1. Got a problem. There's a number. There's a number in that square. So if you remember, the next rule is you go back to the previously used square. So the one we used most previously is 3. And you go underneath that one. That's where you place your next number. Here's your 4. Go back to following the same rules. You go up 1, you go right 1. There's your number. Up 1, right 1. Here's your number. Up 1, we're on the top row, so we gotta go to the bottom. Now we go right 1. Again, we're on the far right side, so we gotta go to the left. Problem, we got a number in that square. So if you remember, we go back to the most recently filled one. So if you look at our numbers, the most recently filled one's 6, so we go back there, and then go down 1, fill in the square. So now we go up again, we go over, can't go over, so we go to the left. That's where we put it. Finally, up 1, have to go to the bottom, right 1, place our number, and we've got all of our numbers, we've got them all filled. Now, if you take the time to add these up, you'll see that every one of these rows and all of these columns and the diagonals all add up to 15. So you got 8 plus 1 is 9, plus 6 is 15. got 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 7 is 15. 4 plus 9 is 13, plus 2 is 15. Same thing with the vertical columns. You got 6 plus 7 is 13, plus 2 is 15. You got 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 9 is 15. You got 8 plus 3 is 11, plus 4 is 15. And then the last thing you got to check is your diagonals. 8 and 5 is 13, and 2 is 15. And you got 6 and 5 is 11, and 4 is 15. So they all, every one of these adds up to 15, and that's how you complete a magic square. So, to assess your magic square, what we just did, you just add up all of those horizontals, all those verticals, and all those diagonals, and make sure the sums all add up to each other, and that's when you know you got your magic square right. Alright, so this right here is a 5 by 5 square. So we're going to take the time to do this 5 by 5 square together. So let me get out of the presentation. So, where do we start?
Right in the middle.
So, right here?
Yeah.
That's where we want to start?
Yes.
What number goes there?
1.
1. Alright, cool. Get it over there. Put a 1. Alright, so now what do we do? Okay. So we go to the bottom. Alright, so we go here?
No, go right.
And then we go right one? Okay. What number goes there?
2.
2? Okay, cool. Now what?
Up. 1 goes to the right. That's correct.
Right here?
Yeah.
Alright. Where now? Okay.
The right whole chance to go to the bottom of that row? No, you go to the far left. Far left, yeah.
You just loop around.
Right here?
That's the way I think.
Yes. 4.
Alright, now where?
Up 1. Right over to the right.
Right here?
Yes.
What number?
5.
Alright, cool. Now where?
Over to the right. Oh, you can't put it over there. So you go back to the most recently filled like on here.
Right here?
Yes.
Great job. Great job. Now where?
Up 1.
Now where?
Up 1.
Alright, does anybody want to come up and do the next few numbers?
How many?
5. Next 5 numbers. Who wants to come up and do the next 5?
I'll try.
Come on up.
If I mess up, will you tell me?
Absolutely. Alright, make sure you explain to the class what you're doing as you do it.
Okay, so I'm going to go up 1, but I can't, so I have to go all the way back to the bottom, and then I over to the right, at 9 there, so we just use 8.
Okay.
Then I'll go up 1 again, and I can't put a number, well, I'm going to use that anyway. Go up 1 and over to the right, which will bring me all the way over to the far left, and I'll put 10.
Okay.
Then up 1 and over to the right, can't put a number there because there already is a number. So go back to the 10. Is that right? Go back to the 10?
Yes.
And then I go down 1 instead, put 11. Then I'll go up 1 and over to the right, put 12. Up 1 over to the right, put 13.
You got it easy
Yeah,
there.
just go to 15 and then stop.
Up 1 over to the right, 14. And then up 1 and over to the right for 15.
Alright. Thank you, Maddie. Good job. Does anybody want to do 16 through 20? Eileen, you want to try to do 16 through 20?
Now it's time to get to the tricky part.
And if you need any help, make sure you explain everything you're doing. And if you need any help, ask your classmates and see if they can help you out.
So you can't go up 1, so then that means you have to go to the bottom of that row,
Class?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
but I can't go over right, so that means I have to go all the way to the one previously and then go down.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that
top. Yeah, there you go.
Make sure you speak up. So
Sorry. Okay, so 17, you're here. So you go up 1
Okay.
and to the right, but you can't do that. So you go to the bottom of the previous digit number and go there.
No, you
Or you can go all the way over here.
No, it's
No,
like
you have to
17, you
go
go
to
up
the-
1, and 17, you go all the way to the bottom. Think of it as like a circuit. It's like if you drop over the top, it's gonna bring you all the way back to the bottom.
So but then if I go there, then I'm there to the right.
Yeah.
So up. Up and over 20.
All right, good job. Good job. All right, Noah, why don't you go ahead and do 21 through 25?
You got
All right.
it.
That should finish us out. All right. Make sure you explain what you're doing step by step so maybe you can help some classmates clear up some
So
understanding.
we're gonna go up 1 and to the side 1, but we can't do that. So we have to go to the bottom, right here.
The bottom.
Below the last one that we did.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's right. We can't. We're not supposed to go to the right in that instance, are we?
No, you just drop down.
Up into the right one. Up to the right, which brings us all the way over here. 23. Up 1 to the right. 4. And the last one left. 5.
All right. Look right to everybody? All right, so how do we check to make sure it's right?
You have to add up every
Well, they're not gonna add it to
column.
15 like the last one.
Okay, but they just have to add up to the same number.
Right.
Okay, so does anybody want to get a calculator out?
Do our phones
I
count?
will.
If you have a calculator on your phone, you can pull that out. Okay, why don't we have one person take the horizontal, the rows? Who wants to take the rows?
I will.
All right, so Maddie's going to take the rows. Anybody want to take the columns?
Me.
So you got the columns, so you got the diagonals. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's see what that adds up to. Now remember, make sure to check all of them because they all have to add up to the same number.
Doing good.
Because of diagonals, like you need, so for the diagonal, it'll be 75, 13, 21, 9.
Yes.
And then 4, 7, 23. Or is it just the
It'd be 17, 5, 13, 21.
So just have 5 total,
11, 12,
15.
13.
So you have this diagonal
And
and then this diagonal.
All of them look A-okay, Chief.
So what did all your horizontals, your rows add up to? You did columns. What did your columns add up to?
65.
All of them?
All of them.
Rows?
Fine.
All of them. Diagonals.
65.
So is our magic square right?
It is.
All right, great. So you all kind of have an idea of what to do with your magic squares now? All right, what we're going to do, if you want to flip over your papers in front of you, what you have is a 7 by 7. Okay? I want you all to take the time, follow through all the procedures. I'm going to place the procedures back up on here so you can look at them if you need to. And I just want you all to complete that 7 by 7. When you think you have it done, let me know. Okay? And I'm going to come around and check it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask a neighbor, ask a partner, raise your hand, I'll come around and try to help you out if you need it. But I think most of you can probably do it on your own.